We woke up in Chame with this view of Annapurna II that we could see from behind the tea house. In front of the tea house, I had a view of the bustling town. On the way out of town, we had to cross the Marsayangdi River again. We ascended 3,500 feet over just 8 miles to get the Pisang this day, so we walked uphill a lot. Here I am following Justin. He carried mine and Luis's bags. Mine is on the left. We'd be walking up the Menang Valley all day. The Menang district is famous for its agriculture. Their apples are highly sought after. Here's just one tree. It's amazing that such a little tree can produce so many apples. We climbed through forests similar to those back home in California on our way to the morning tea shop at Bhratang. Bhratang had a giant apple farm, a unique shop, and a high-end guest house. Right there in Bhratang, they had a prize wine made from apples. I grabbed a bottle while back in Kathmandu and brought it home for Dad. 3 ornate water spouts were available to refill our bottles before we headed out. The hike from Bhratang to our lunch spot in Dhiku Pokhari was very pleasant. The views of Annapurna II just seemed to get better and better. At some point before lunch, I found myself walking up with the porters again. They took the road straight to Dhiku Pokhari, so I missed out on a lake view that Raj brought the Ecuadorians to. The porters brought me to the lunch spot that had another rooftop patio. The views were great. I even got to watch Luis and Jose walk into town. In the patio, the recent harvests were being dried out. I hope the appearance of Hotel Kamala across the street was a portent of the U.S. election that was just a few weeks away. It was supposed to be just a 45-minute walk from Dhiku Pokhari to Pisang. Pisang was our planned end-of-day destination. Raj recommended we diverge from the itinerary again and stay at Upper Pisang instead. So after a while, we left the valley and started heading up towards Upper Pisang. On the way, we saw our first bicyclist. The first tea house we passed when we arrived at Upper Pisang was called Hotel Nirvana, but not the Nirvana you usually think of when you think of Nepal. There were 2 reasons to stay at Upper Pisang instead of Pisang proper. The obvious one was the views. Here is a view from my room. The other was, it was just a short walk to a large Buddhist temple. So after we got our bags put away, we started our extracurricular hike. Since the hike up to the temple was significant, the views up there were even better. Temple grounds were quite impressive. We got to go in the temple for a short time. The highlight of the excursion was when the temple gongs were rung and some of the young acolytes came out to practice a dance. A few of the boys had some bling to make their outfits pop. This guy with the bucket hat and shades was cool. I like this other guy who was wearing an LA beanie. I guess he was a Dodgers fan. The next day I would be told the branches on the left were from a small juniper-like plant that grew in the region. The branches are burned in the stupa-shaped oven on the right that produced incense smoke. After visiting the temple, we wandered back down the hill. The guest house didn't have a shower in my attached bathroom, but there was 2 showers shared by everyone. The shower was probably the nicest one on the whole trek. At dinner in the dining hall, we had a great view of Annapurna II. Watching the moon set over Annapurna II was a great way to end the day.